made is actually I made a crane which is actually functional, and I used the Global Mobilization's BPZ cranes. I think it calls 2, but anyway, um, as you can see here on the side of the on this car, there's 2 hatches. Those 2 hatches actually, when they are opened, you can look straight into the emptiness of the car. So I made a box to fill out that hole, and conveniently you can put stuff in that, so that's okay. And I hope to maybe somebody can help me to actually make a 3D I don't know, some kind of remote, something which is actually should be in there. Whatever, that's my thing. I put a black picture screen just to make it, and it's all attached relative to the to this car. You don't have to. You can just take the script and use it without all this. But I think this is actually making this a little more convenient. When I take the remote and use it, it actually shows up as what we call GUI, or GUI as I call it. You can see here the remote control is actually following you when you're walking around, and it can be a little tricky when you actually have to see behind stuff and stuff like that, but it is easy. Probably in some update I will make it terminate and stay resistant down here in the left corner or the right corner or something like that, but at the moment it disappears when you press escape. All you have to do is actually stay near the car and take the remote up again. So what we do as for the first thing, when we have to operate the crane, we have to put some power on it, and we do that by starting the engine, and you see the hatches is closing, and the mirrors up there is actually animating, so you can actually see that. You can also see the working light up here is actually animate, and I made some work lights. You can't see it right now, but you can see it turns yellow down here. When you push that, it switches on. It's most conveniently in the night time. I'll try to show that if I remember. Okay, so now the engine is on, and this guy is actually running around. You don't have to, don't get stressed. And I would like to show you how to pick up some cargo. I know for sure I can't reach to put it on this pallet, but anyway, I'll just take it up and pick it up and pick it down again. Let's see, put it down again so you can see that. I take the remote, and normally I switch the beacon on. You can see here it highlights, so you know where to push. You just push the icon. Don't push the name, it won't function on that. It functions on the icon. So it turns on and off. It's a toggle. The same for the dozer. And it goes to a preset position. And you can adjust that, but it doesn't matter. It just an inch just to keep the BP is set at the point. I have to explain this. It says cargo, and it has nothing to do with this icon. The cargo is actually something which actually shows a little green icon or red icon just beneath as a LED. It shows you if you got any cargo you can lift near by the hook. This guy here is actually a mode where I can actually toggle between those. When it goes on green, it stays very slow. It moves the crane slow, and it moves the crane up and down slow, and so on. So I can fine adjust. If it's red, turns off, he runs. So the crane moves faster and further every time. This guy up here is actually for my wire system. I don't need that for now. And that was the work light. So let me show you. We operate the crane by the arrows over here. You can see those twos and those twos up here. This is for the wire when we make an update, and we'll be able to tow a car actually. But for the moment, the crane is the only thing that actually is working. I'm sorry for the sound, but the crane has a config definited sound, so it's a little rough, but you get used to it. Now you see the crane is actually swinged out and swinged up, and you can see the top of the crane actually has a hook, but it's a proxy, which means that it has nothing purpose than to show up and to stay there. And so what I have to do is actually to find a way to get rid of this and spawn a new hook. And the new hook was actually invisible because it wasn't textured, so I couldn't find it. I spent days actually trying to find the hook, and it was there all the time, and then I texture it and stuff and that. Yeah, so it goes. Anyway, when I push this button, the crane up here, the hook up here is actually gonna disappear. Rope is come from the top of the crane to the hook down below. Let's see, just like that. So now we got the hook down here, and we got ropes attached to it. And what we can do is actually we can unwind the rope so the it's not stringed like that. And for doing that, we use those little arrows down here, which says rope. And you can use the scroll button. You push, you scroll against yourself and away from yourself. You have to push this one to a green light. I haven't been, maybe that's not an option ever in the future, but at the moment, when this is red or orange, you can see it's for the wire system, which is I'm still working on. So just pay attention. If the rope is not wiring or unwiring, then you probably has this pushed like that one. So I point at the arrow and I pull the scroll button, and you can see the hook going up. When I point at the other arrows and push it away from myself, the rope unwind. Now we can lift the crane a little bit. And now you can see it swings like very far. So I put the speeder on, and then you can see it only moves half the way. And that makes the cargo and the hook actually more adjustable, so it's not gonna get into some swinging or something. I'll pull the hole down. You can see the hook here is actually have its life of its own. It's trying to orientate and get a direction, and it do it slowly. I don't know how to adjust that, and maybe I will find it out, but I don't care. It's still working as it is now. It's okay. Anyway, the cargo and the green, as you can see here, the LED can actually shows that we have some cargo we can pick up. I got something down on my left side down here. Don't bother about that, because that's going to be just for me as when I'm testing this. So you can see the crane is actually where it should be. And for loading something, we push load. What will happen is actually the hook is going to disappear. The strings or the cables from the hook is actually going to catch the cargo. It will add another cable because there's only 3 in one. There's actually, it's, you can see here 3 ropes going down and 3 ropes going up. I cannot get it to surface because it actually have the memory points of the hook, but for the moment that will work. It works fine. Let's see how it goes. Oh, sorry. As you can see, I got an error up here because I was trying to make another hook. I was mispushing it. Now I'm trying to point load. Whoa. If the rope is, or the hook is actually too far away from the cargo, it will actually grab it before it actually, so what you have to do is actually make sure that the hook is near enough. We can do that. We can just put the rope a little bit slow, a little loose, like this, and we wind the rope, lift the cargo. Let's get some power. Let's get it down. And a near miss. When we finish with our, actually we want to release our cargo. We can actually do like this. And why do I do that? That's because it has nothing to do, but you can see here when I push the release button, the hook is gonna reappear and the rope is attached to the hook, but it's gonna be about 2 meters from the top of the crane. So let's see how that goes. And that's going to be a swing event. But you can see now it actually has the right orientation, so that's okay. That's it. We can say that was for the demonstration for now.